All right, let's talk about something that drives so many of us crazy at work. You're doing amazing things, but you feel totally invisible. If you are just so tired of being overlooked while somebody else gets all the credit, well, this is for you. We're going to show you how to go from being the unsung hero to an absolutely undeniable asset.
So, does this look a little familiar? You spend your entire week just crushing it. You're finalizing budgets, launching projects, mentoring new people, fixing bugs, the whole shebang. And then there's Chad. Chad mentions one of your projects in one meeting, and suddenly he's the star player in everyone's eyes. It is infuriating, right? You're doing all the real work, but Chad's getting the glory. This isn't just a bit of bad luck, It's a sign of a much, much bigger problem.
And that right there brings us to the core issue. Let's call it the invisibility problem. We've got to understand why your incredible work, all that effort, isn't getting you the recognition and the promotions that you really deserve.
I mean, let's be honest. You're not making this up. You deliver top-notch work, you always hit your deadlines, you're the person everyone on the team relies on. So why in the world does it feel like you're completely off the radar when it's time for promotions or those cool new assignments? Well, the answer might just be hiding in a piece of advice we've all been given our entire careers.
It is time to talk about what I call the good work myth. This is probably one of the most common and, frankly, one of the most dangerous beliefs that holds back so many high-performing people.
We've all heard this a million times, right? Just keep your head down, do great work, and eventually people will notice. Okay, I'm here to tell you that in today's workplace, that is a recipe for getting stuck. Your work might be brilliant, but it can't talk. It needs a spokesperson. And guess what? That spokesperson has to be you.
Look, here's why that whole idea just falls apart in reality. First, the people making decisions are busy. They're drowning in their own projects. They can't possibly see every single thing you do. And without you providing the context, the so what, your impact just gets lost. Your quiet, consistent competence starts to look like just average performance. And here's the bottom line. Promotions are driven by perceived value. And you can't perceive what you can't see. It's all about visibility.
Okay, so if being quiet isn't the answer, does that mean you have to become that guy? The one who never stops talking about how great they are? No, absolutely not. This is about making a really important shift in your mindset. It's about going from that fear of selling out to having the confidence to just speak up.
This is what we're aiming for. It's called strategic self-promotion, and it has nothing to do with ego. Think of it as a communication skill. It's just about translating your actions into the language that leaders actually understand: value, impact, and results. You're basically connecting the dots for them and making it really easy for them to see why you're so important to the team.
Let's get super clear on the difference here, because it's a big one. Bragging is all about me, me, me. It's saying I'm the best, it's subjective. Promoting, on the other hand, is objective. It's fact-based. It connects your work to a bigger, team-oriented goal. One is just an empty claim, the other provides valuable, useful context that actually helps everybody.
So, how do we actually do this? How do we put it into practice? Let's get into the playbook. I've got 3 real, concrete things you can start doing, like this week.
It really just boils down to these 3 simple but super powerful habits. First, sharing your wins consistently. Second, using your voice strategically in meetings. And third, making sure you publicly connect your work to the results. Okay, this weekly wins email, this is your secret weapon. Seriously, it's not about begging for praise. It's a professional update that does all the visibility work for you. See how you're framing your tasks with their outcomes? You're not just saying what you did, you're explaining why it mattered. And that little learning section at the bottom, that just shows you're proactive and invested in your own growth. This thing makes it so easy for your boss to remember what you've accomplished when review time comes around.
Now, speaking up for yourself is huge. That's step 1. But step 2 is getting other people to speak up for you. You have to actively build your own hype squad, because let's face it, you can't be in every single room where decisions about your future are being made. And your hype squad has 2 key types of players. Allies, these are your peers, the people who have your back. They're the ones who will give you credit in a meeting or remind someone that you are a key part of a project. Sponsors are different. They're senior leaders, people with real influence. They don't just talk about your past work, they use their political capital to actually pull you up and create new opportunities for you. You really need both. And this is why it is so incredibly important. The biggest conversations about your career, we're talking promotion meetings, succession planning, they happen behind closed doors. Your amazing work can't be in that room. You can't be in that room. But you know who can? Your sponsor. That's the game changer.
All right, let's bring this all home. This whole thing isn't just about little tactics and email templates. It's really about a fundamental shift in how you see your own value. It is time to own your awesome and make it totally impossible for anyone to ignore.
If you only take one single thing away from this, please let it be this right here. The world is full of people who deserved a promotion because they did great work. The people who actually get the promotion are the ones who did great work and made damn sure the right people knew about it. Performance is only half the equation. The other half is performance visibility. So I want you to start thinking about your UAQ, your unique awesomeness quotient. What's that special mix of skills, experiences, and results that only you bring to the table? Your job isn't just to have a high UAQ. It's to be able to articulate it, to demonstrate it, and to make sure everyone who needs to understands it. So, forget letting your work speak for itself. Your work has been waiting for you to give it a voice. Your career, your narrative, it's in your hands. So my question for you is this: what's one small thing you're going to do this week to turn up the volume on your own value? Thanks for tuning in.